Are you looking to have less stress in your life? Are you looking to get the most out of your school community and see your children flourish? Well, I have 10 quick tips for you to make the most out of life at LILA as a parent. Hi everybody, I'm Joke Vinciune. This is my wonderful family, my husband Biagio, my 7th grader Hallie, and my 5th grader Torin. We've been at LILA Los Feliz now for 9 years. I only have a couple months left before he also graduates to Burbank. I just wanted to give you my quick tips of things that I've seen, I've heard. I have been a PA officer. I was a PA officer for 4 years, 3 of which was PA president, co-chaired 2 LILA Paloozas. So I've seen a lot. So I want to share what I've learned with you right now, and we're going to run through it quickly. But first, my firsts. This was our first LILA Palooza in 2014. You can see there's still the petting zoo. In 2015, you see our old LILA logo. By that point, we had our family of 4 settled. And this was all before we were officially LILA parents. That came in 2016. This was our new family welcome night. Oh my gosh, we were so nervous then. But we got some great advice, some of which I'm sharing with you in a second here. These were our first days of school. Hallie started in 2016 in pre-K, which was at that point the youngest that Los Feliz allowed in. And then our Torin started in 2017 in preschool. And he was the inaugural class at the ELC. Lovely little campus. We actually chose to keep him there for the full 2 years because we had an older sibling at Los Feliz. We could have brought him over, but we loved it so much we kept him there. So ELC will always have a special place in our hearts. But here they are now. So 5th grader and a 7th grader. Our 7th grader is doing well in the middle school debate. They had a wonderful season this year, and our 5th grader just came back from the Paris trip, which was fantastic and is still being talked about weeks later. So let's get started, yeah? So our 10 things learned from 9 years at LILA. Here we go. Number 10, this is your school. This is your school. Just remember this, right? You have done the research. You have made a decision. You have spent the money. So now buy in, make the mental commitment that this is your school. This is your school. No longer having a foot, in or out. Don't think too much about the grass is always greener because, it always is. But, think about, all right, we've spent the money. We've made the commitment. My child is here. While my child is here, I'm all in. Let's just be all in and give it all you got. It makes such a big difference. I look at other schools where parents proudly wear, the school's logos, and we're starting to do that here at LILA, and it's amazing. It's amazing to see our community really just buy in and be proud to be a LILA parent. So if you're a new family, just make the decision. You made it. You're here now. Just go all in. All right? Number 9, show your child school is important. This feels kind of like a no-brainer, but it's a mental shift. So when my husband and I, when we interviewed for the school, they asked if we would volunteer, which we said yes. And then we're a little apprehensive, like, what does this mean? By the way, pro tip, start at the bake sale or the bar, whichever one you like best. One deals with adults, one deals with kids. If you are brand new, you don't know where to start volunteering, do an hour at bake sale or bar at either FET or LILA Palooza. It's a great way in. When you show your child that school is important, it has actual results. So when my friend was trying to drag me to become part of the PA officers, and I was like, a little apprehensive, that seems like a big commitment, I did a lot of research, and all the research shows that a parent's commitment to the school, engagement with the school, increases a student's engagement with the school. And it makes sense if you think about it, right? It's not something that we just send them to get babysat. It's like, no, the school is part of our life as a family, not just your life as a child. And so the child goes, oh, this is important. The whole family is a part of it. So keep that in mind. And I understand not everybody can, has the time or the wherewithal to be a PA officer, but you can show your child and you can show up in many different ways. 1, show up on time. I recommend getting there about 20 minutes early. This is another piece of advice that an older parent has given us. Get the kids there so they have time to decompress and get into the right mind frame with their friends before they walk into the classroom. So it's not just car to classroom. That's helped a lot. I think getting out of your car at pickup time and socializing, not just with fellow parents, but also saying hi and seeing them, the kids seeing you interact with, the playground supervisors or school staff, also very important. Volunteering, showing up at their events, and like I said, just doing an hour at the bake sale goes a long way. Your child seeing like, oh, this is important. And then last but not least, and this is kind of silly but it's like respect school breaks. I think that I understand life happens and sometimes there's an amazing opportunity or a tragedy and you have to pull your child out of school. But if you can schedule your vacations during vacation and not in the middle of the school year, it sends a message to your kids that, hey, there is school and therefore we as a family are prioritizing school. So, show your child school is important and it will help you become part of the community and it'll make them flourish. All right, number 8. Do not stress. I know this sounds silly because we live in a very stressful world and anxiety just seems to be part of the human condition, which is fine. But don't add extra stress to your life. Don't stress about School Cash Online. Don't stress about VoiceThread. Don't stress out about field trips. The school's got it handled. They have a plan. I know sometimes it doesn't feel that way. Sometimes you feel out of the loop, like you didn't have the information, but the information is out there. Whether it's in Mosaic, I highly recommend reading Mosaic every week, whether it's your homeroom parent, whether it's a teacher, or whether it's just emailing the staff, or showing up at pickup and asking somebody. The information is out there. There is help to all your school problems. So just communicate, but don't stress. Don't stress. It's all handled. I think that the school has come a long way in the 9 years that I've been there in terms of communicating and having resources. I think the website redesign, the back to school pages that have like the handbooks and all the like things you need to know as a new parent have greatly improved the communication and the parent getting the information. But again, if you start feeling stressed because you're missing a piece of information, just go to the source, go to the school. They got it. All right. So no stress. VoiceThread, you're like, my child has to do VoiceThread. It's fine. This is not showing up on their college application. Do what you can, right? Do what you can. As a 5th grade teacher says, life is good. Life is good. La vie est belle, right? So do not stress. Number 7. Help the school help you. This is really a big one for everything, but I put it here specifically for Lost and Found. If you want the school to help you get your stuff back, you got to label it. You got to label it so they can find it and they can match it back to the student. Kids, especially young kids, they don't know. They just don't know. They don't care. So they don't retain this information because they don't care. Now you can try and make them care as they get older by making them personally responsible. That's up to you. Don't send your kids to school with expensive stuff that you don't want them to lose. That's the number 1 rule in our household. Label it. You have a better chance of finding it. If it's not coming back to you, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Kids will lose stuff. All right. But helping the school help you is number 1 here. Going on to the next tip. Please be patient with the kids, right? Kids develop at different rates. Kids' friendships change sometimes from week to week. You're like, wait, wasn't this your bestie? And now we're on the outs. And, don't get caught up in the drama. Be empathetic, but feel free to remind them and yourself that this too shall pass. This shall pass. I can tell you after 9 years, friendships, groups, they've all morphed and changed. And as kids grow into who they are and their personalities, they'll connect with other people, other friends that you may not have been aware were even in their grade. All right. So please be patient with the kids. Don't get caught up in the drama. But number 5, do invest in the adults. This is your community. These adult friendships can really go a long way. And they play dividend as you get older, because as your kids go to Burbank and now they become tweens and teenagers, they share less with their parents. Trust me, they share less with their parents. And so it helps to be friends with the other adults in the grade, being like, have you heard about this? Or is that a thing? Or what's happening? So yes, definitely invest in the friendships. Some of these friendships can last a lifetime. We've gone on vacation with adult friends that we've made through the LILA community. Now, not everybody in your grade or at the school will be your tribe, but your tribe is here. I think that that's important to know. We are a very unique school, and we have all agreed that this was an important decision for our children. There are values here that we all, cherish, whether that's, the global citizenry or bilingualism or, just an academic structure, whatever it is that brought you to the school. By being here at the school, there are inherent values that we share. So your tribe is here. Just get to know people, maybe at the bake sale or at the bar, volunteering with other ones, maybe through birthday parties that are happening outside of school. Just remember, invest in these relationships. Take the time. I know some of you may have enough friends, but the friends you make here at the school really do become a crucial part of your life as your child makes his or her way through the system. So invest in the adults. Number 4, start with the benefit of the doubt. So this is kind of a big one in a sense that you have to be aware, and sometimes that's hard to thinking about your own children this way, but kids and emotional parents are unreliable narrators. There are lots of times that we get information from our child, from another parent, from a parent WhatsApp or text chat, and we assume it's fact, and it's not always fact, or it's not always the full picture, right? Sometimes information is missing, and not even on purpose, but you don't have the full picture, and it changes the story once you know the full picture. So when you hear something that is disturbing, I think it is important to go to the source, to the teacher or to the staff, and start with the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, I heard this thing that's concerning to me. What's the full story? And maybe once you hear the full story, you're still concerned, and then you can communicate those concerns. Or maybe when you hear the full story, you're like, okay, yeah, that makes more sense now. And that's happened a lot, especially with kids, right? Especially the young ones. They come home, they never do anything wrong. It's always everybody else's fault. So it's important to kind of just get the full picture of the story. Starting with the benefit of doubt, starting with some trust, right? Every relationship is based on trust, including your relationship with the school. So if you don't trust the staff at all, well, then maybe this isn't the school for you. But if you start building it with the benefit of the doubt, when you approach them, and then you slowly build that trust over the years, you get to a place where you'll know when you hear something, you're like, nah, I'm sure there's more to this. And then you have the relationship to start that communication with the school to find out everything you need to feel not stressed or not worried about anything. But it helps to always remember, wait a second, is this a reliable narrator, or is this coming from a source that might be one-sided, emotional, or just a child, right? So start with the benefit of the doubt. Number 3, keep your eye on the prize. Sometimes it could be overwhelming, the bilingualism, especially if you don't speak French at home. And you're like, what are we doing? Like, is this working? When we joined the school, we were told early on that 2nd through 5th are the hardest grades. So if you happen to be 2nd through 5th, okay, you're in it. We were in it. We get it. But it's really cute when the early years, when the kids are speaking French, and then when it starts becoming real, school is real, and there's homework and there's tests, then you're like, oh, why are we doing this French thing? I do think it's helpful to go to Burbank. And this is where the eye on the prize is. It's not just about the French thing. The school has a plan. There's a method to this madness. It is not set up to just make the best 2nd graders there are. It's set up to try and have our children become these 18-year-olds who are smart, who are critical thinkers, who have empathy, who appreciate the world, who know the world, who want to go out in the world and make the most of life. And that takes time, and those are building block years. So if you're in that middle point where you're like, why am I with this school again? Just go schedule an appointment in Burbank, go meet with the seniors and see the end product, see what this is all about. And hopefully that brings you kind of like the clarity that it often does us. Another pro tip, one of the easiest ways to volunteer is to become a LILA ambassador for Juliet Lang. And one of the great things is she always invites her ambassadors at the beginning of January to come and meet the recent alums. It's right after our winter break, like the first or second week, and she brings in these recently graduated alums who are now either in their freshman, sophomore, junior year at college, and they come in and they tell us what their college experience has been like coming from LILA and what they've learned. And it is just so inspiring to see these very articulate, confident young people, but also to hear from them just how much LILA prepared them and how much better they prepared at their, institutions because of the experience they've had at LILA. So if you're ever in doubt, contact Juliet Lang and she can put you in touch, bring you to Burbank, or invite you to that meeting. It is worth the 2 hours of your life. I mean, it will inspire you. So keep your eye on the prize. All right. Number 2. Wait till Thanksgiving. This was the key piece of advice that we got at our new family welcome. And I still remember it at the beginning of every school year. Every school year is shaky and you kind of have to wait for the dust to settle, especially when you start in a new school. And again, we didn't speak French at home. So family said, wait till Thanksgiving. I know it could be a little rough. Your child may cry with some separation anxiety. Your child may be like, what is this foreign language? And they just said, wait till Thanksgiving. The teachers are really good at this transitioning period. Just give it time. Don't panic. If at Thanksgiving there's still an issue, now maybe you have a bigger conversation with the school. But I'm telling you, we never waited till Thanksgiving. By mid-September, it was smooth sailing. So, just know that happens. Now, when we transferred our oldest from 5th grade to 6th grade at Burbank, it probably took a little longer. It probably took till about Thanksgiving till we were in the routines. And it wasn't just hers. I was surprised how much that transition took on us, because it is a big schedule change and it is different demands, but it all smooths out. So you wait till Thanksgiving, you let the dust settle, and then you can reevaluate. So those first few weeks or months, just go with the flow. You're a surfer on the wave. Just go with it. Just go with it. Let it take you, and you reevaluate at Thanksgiving. All right. And last but not least, lean in, show up, I think now, looking back, we have maybe a few weeks left. It's like, do not take this campus for granted. Los Feliz in particular, it's a gem. But there's something about the LILA elementary campuses that is so unique and familial and just really nurturing. Not that Burbank is not nurturing in its own ways, but it's different. Your kids grow up and they want more independence and they have their own thing. And, frankly, the parent community, when you get to Burbank, it's less obvious because, the kids won't want you to get out of the car anymore. The kids don't need you to be that much part of the school. So I think it's important that you build these relationships while you're at the elementary campus. So give and you shall receive, lean in, show up. I can't say it any more ways. It's worth it. It's worth it to just do it. So, here's the pictures. It's worth it. So thank you so much for listening. Here are our 10 things learned from 9 years at LILA. This is your school. You buy in and commit. You show your child that school is important. Do not stress, but do read the mosaic. Help the school help you, especially when it comes to lost and found. Be patient with the kids. Invest in the adults. Always start with the benefit of the doubt, no matter what. And eye on the prize. And then last but not least, obviously, you wait till Thanksgiving before you even start stressing, and you just lean in. You lean in and you show up, and it will happen. So thank you so much for listening to our 10 tips to make life as a LILA parent a little easier. And I hope you enjoyed yourself. And again, best of luck at your elementary campuses. I hope it is everything that you want it to be. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in Burbank.